Imagine surviving 28 years of pure, relentless horror, a world where the rage virus didn't fade. It evolved. Welcome to 28 years later. This isn't just another sequel. It's a terrifying rebirth of one of the most iconic horror franchises. Shot entirely on an iPhone 15 Pro Max. Sounds crazy, right? But there's more. This movie is just the beginning of a massive trilogy. Let's dive into everything we know about Danny Boyle's ambitious return, the star-studded cast, and the mind-blowing details behind the production. Stick around. There's a twist that changes everything. Let's start at the top. Danny Boyle, the visionary behind 28 Days Later, is back in the director's chair. He's teaming up again with Alex Garland, the original writer, to bring this chilling tale to life. But here's what makes this return even more exciting. The film was shot using iPhone 15 Pro Max devices. It's not a budget-saving gimmick, it's a deliberate choice to create a raw, immersive experience, much like the Canon XL1 did for 28 Days Later. Cinematographer Anthony Dodd Mantle, who's known for groundbreaking visuals, adapted ultra-expensive rigs to achieve cinematic quality with these phones. Why does this matter? It's about capturing realism. Boyle wants you to feel the chaos, the intimacy, and the sheer terror up close, as if you're there. This approach makes 28 Years Later one of the most innovative films of 2025. Now, what about the story? We're 28 years into the apocalypse. The rage virus has spread far beyond the UK, but this film brings us back to a broken Britain. Here's the twist. It's not just about survival, it's a coming-of-age story, wrapped in horror. The film follows a young boy on a desperate quest to find a doctor who can save his dying mother. But this isn't just any journey. Boyle and Garland describe it as a journey through hauntingly beautiful English terrain, forests, hills, and ruins, where the infected lurk in every shadow. But here's the real question. Is this doctor a savior or something much darker? Ralph Fiennes plays this mysterious character, and if his past roles tell us anything, expect complexity, maybe a touch of madness. Fiennes' character adds an unpredictable element. Is he part of the cure, or has the passage of time warped human morality beyond recognition? This theme of time isn't just background noise, it's central to the story. Garland hinted that the film will explore how time changes people, landscapes, and even the virus itself. Now let's talk about the cast. The big news? Cillian Murphy is back as Jim. After barely surviving the events of 28 Days Later, Jim's fate was left open-ended. This time, Murphy isn't just reprising his role, he's also an executive producer. So what's Jim's story 28 years later? Has he found a safe haven? Or has he become something else entirely? But Jim isn't the only intriguing character. Jodie Comer, fresh off Killing Eve and The Last Duel, is set to play a survivor. Her character is described as fiercely protective with a dark past. Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Erin Kellyman also join the cast, each bringing their own intensity. And then there's Ralph Fiennes as the enigmatic doctor. This cast is stacked, and each role is shrouded in enough mystery to keep us guessing. One of the most exciting aspects? There's a key mystery character whose story will span the entire trilogy. Rumors point to Jack O'Connell, but details are under tight wraps. Could he be the next Jim? Or perhaps the next villain? Let's dig into the deeper themes. Boyle isn't just making a zombie film. He's exploring human nature. The rage virus was always more than a literal infection. It's a metaphor for unchecked aggression and societal collapse. In 28 Years Later, Boyle asks, after nearly 3 decades, is there anything left worth saving? Garland's script promises to explore the blurred lines between human and monster. Survivors have adapted, but at what cost? Are they any different from the infected? This philosophical angle sets 28 Years Later apart from typical horror sequels. Here's the bombshell. 28 Years Later isn't just a standalone film. It's the first part of a new trilogy. The second film, titled 28 Years Later Part 2, The Bone Temple, is already in production with Nia DaCosta directing. Garland wrote the scripts for both films, ensuring a cohesive story. This means we're in for a sprawling, multi-layered epic. Each film will expand the universe, exploring different perspectives and regions affected by the virus. The stakes are higher, the scope is larger, and the horror, it's just beginning. So there you have it. 28 Years Later promises to redefine post-apocalyptic horror with its raw, innovative approach and ambitious storytelling. Are you ready for this terrifying journey? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to check out our other videos for the latest updates. Stay safe, stay curious, and remember, sometimes the real monsters aren't infected. Now let's uncover some behind-the-scenes magic. You've probably heard that 28 Years Later was shot entirely on iPhone 15 Pro Max devices. Sounds wild, right? But this wasn't about cutting costs. Danny Boyle and cinematographer Anthony Dodd Mantle chose iPhones to create an immersive, gritty experience, much like how 28 Days Later used the Canon XL1. The raw, handheld look captures the chaos and intimacy of a world unraveling. Of course, they didn't just pull their phones out and start shooting. These iPhones were mounted to ultra-expensive customized rigs with advanced stabilization and lens adapters. The result? Cinematic quality with an unprecedented level of realism. This approach mirrors the spirit of the first film, which broke boundaries by using affordable cameras to create something extraordinary. But why go this route again? Boyle wanted the audience to feel like they're part of the action. The compact size of iPhones allowed the crew to shoot in tight, confined spaces and create a sense of claustrophobia. It's not just a technical gimmick, it's a storytelling tool. Expect scenes where the infected feel terrifyingly close. So what's the deeper story here? We know the film follows a young boy navigating a desolate infected Britain to find a doctor who can save his dying mother. But this isn't just a survival story. Boyle and Garland have hinted at a more profound narrative, one that explores the passage of time and its impact on humanity. Garland mentioned in an interview that time is the engine of this film. What happens when people live in constant fear for nearly 3 decades? How does that change society? We'll see remnants of the old world clashing with brutal new realities. Communities have formed, but not all of them are safe. Some survivors might even be more dangerous than the infected. And here's a chilling thought. The virus might have mutated. Remember the asymptomatic carriers from 28 weeks later? What if the virus has evolved, creating a new type of infected, smarter, faster, maybe even self-aware? This adds another layer of terror. Imagine facing an infected who can plan and strategize. Let's talk about the incredible cast. Cillian Murphy returns as Jim, but don't expect him to be the same man. He's lived through 28 years of horror. Has he become a leader, a loner, or something darker? Murphy's involvement isn't just nostalgic, it's crucial to the story's evolution. And rumor has it, Jim's arc will span the entire trilogy. Then there's Jodie Comer, who plays a hardened survivor. She's no stranger to intense roles, and her character will likely be a central figure. Aaron Taylor Johnson joins the cast too, fresh from his action-packed performances in Bullet Train and the upcoming Kraven the Hunter. His role is shrouded in mystery, but sources hint he might lead a rogue faction of survivors. And let's not forget Ralph Fiennes. He's playing the enigmatic doctor the boy is searching for. Fiennes is known for his ability to portray complex, morally ambiguous characters. Is this doctor a savior, or is there something sinister beneath the surface? Expect Fiennes to keep us guessing. Finally, there's Jack O'Connell, who might play the key mystery character whose arc spans the trilogy. Could he be connected to the virus itself, or perhaps a symbol of hope or despair? With such a talented cast, each character brings layers to this harrowing story. Here's the big reveal. 28 years later is just the beginning. Danny Boyle has confirmed that this film kicks off a new trilogy. The second installment, 28 Years Later Part 2, The Bone Temple, is already in production. Directed by Nia DaCosta, and Alex Garland wrote the screenplays for both films, ensuring a cohesive narrative. This means we're in for an epic, multi-layered journey. The first film sets the stage, but the story will expand beyond Britain. We'll see different regions, different survivors, and maybe even different types of infected. Garland hinted that the second film will delve deeper into the societal and psychological impacts of the rage virus. And here's a theory. What if the virus has spread worldwide, but some regions have found ways to control it? Could there be a cure, available only to the wealthy or powerful? This would add a chilling layer of social commentary. Survival might depend not on strength, but status. At its core, 28 Years Later isn't just about zombies. It's about us. Boyle has always used the rage virus as a metaphor for human aggression and societal breakdown. This film asks, after 28 years, what's left of our humanity? Are we worth saving? The survivors we meet aren't just fighting the infected, they're fighting what they've become. Garland's script explores this beautifully. The boy's journey to find the doctor isn't just a plot device, it's a symbol, a quest for hope, for healing, in a world that's forgotten what those things mean. And the infected? They're not the only monsters. Sometimes, survival turns us into something worse. So there you have it. 28 Years Later isn't just a sequel, it's a game changer. With its innovative filming techniques, star-studded cast, and deep philosophical themes, it promises to redefine post-apocalyptic horror. And this is just the beginning. Are you ready for the journey? Let us know your theories and hopes in the comments. Check out our other videos for more on the 28 Days Later universe. Stay safe, stay curious, and remember, sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create.